Hello everyone, you're welcome to this tutorial. So in this video we are going to be continuing with our series on conditional formatting, and this one will be a video on icon sets. We want to see how we can apply icon sets in formatting a table of values. So in previous videos we had looked at color scales, data bars, finding duplicates, and a lot of other things. So please, if you have not watched the earlier videos on conditional formatting, please do. You have lots of information you're going to learn from there. All right, so in this one we'll be looking at how to use icon sets to show some things. Now, let me explain this sample data before we begin to apply icon sets. This is a company I want to believe, and the information here is actually their gross profits in millions of dollars per quarter, and they have branches in Europe, or a branch in Europe, South America, Far East, Australia, and North America. So this is quarter one profit, or first quarter profit for the company, all right, or first quarter of 2020. This is the profits from second quarter, profit from third quarter, and profit from fourth quarter. Now this one here is the profit from the fourth quarter in 2019, more like the previous year. So what they want to do is they want to compare the fourth quarter profits of 2019, compare it with the first quarter profit of 2020. Is it going to be an upward trend or a downward trend? And when you look at it, you will discover that okay, things are going well for Europe from 32 to 33. That's like 1 million increase. For South America from 26 to 29, sorry, that's like 3 million. And for North America from 11 to 67, that's a whooping 56 million increase in profit. So that's trend one. Same thing happens here in second quarter. They want to say, okay, what happened was a trend. So they are going to compare 81 and 33 for Europe, and that's a positive 48. For Far East, 70 and 62, and that's a positive 8 upward trend. And for North America, 77 and 67, and that's a positive 10. They keep doing that till, let me say, for third trend, which is third quarter. For Europe, it is actually a negative trend because now they have 72, but previously in quarter two they had 81, so it's actually a downward trend. That's why we have a negative value here, negative value here, negative, negative. So several of them had negative values here because like their third quarter profits were less than their second quarter profits. Now we also want to compare the fourth quarter profits with third quarter. So that's why we have trend 4. It's actually only Europe that has a negative trend, which is a downward trend. Others like made improvements on their third quarter trend profits rather. So how do we use icons to show this trend so that at a glance we will know who is going up, who is remaining flat, or who is not making profit, or who is going downward? All right, so I will want to the icons I want to choose. It's good to choose your icons beforehand so that you will know what you want it to represent. I want to choose 3 icons, 3 arrows. One arrow is going to point upward. It's going to be green to show that it's is a good, you are good to go. Green color. So if the trend is upward, beautiful, I want the arrow to be up, green arrow. Then another one is going to be the yellow. If the trend is flat, like it's not really upward, it may be positive, but it's not really very significant, so we're going to give it a flat arrow, a sideways arrow of yellow. And the last one is going to be red, downward arrow of yellow. It's going to be pointing downward, and it's going to of red, sorry, it's going to be pointing downward and is red, more like danger, we are not happy, you are going down, something like that. That will be for negative values. All right, so how am I going to partition it? I'm going to say from 0 to 5. 0 to 5 will be the middle trend. From 5 above, like from 6 above, greater than 5, will be upward trend. 0 to 5, middle trend, flat trend. Then less than 0 will be negative trend. So let me select this, and I want to use icons so that I'll just be seeing the icons there. So very quickly, icon sets, more rules. Now I would have selected anyone here, but the problem is selecting anyone here, I may not be able to define the propositions, like the parameters, the demarcations I have set. So I would rather want to use more rules. So I come here, I select, okay, you leave it here, format all cells based on their values. Always make sure to leave it here. And then I want to select the kind of, so these are the 3 arrows I was telling you about. 3 arrows colored green for upward, yellow flat, red for downward. So I select that, and then I am not using percentage values, I'm just using the normal numbers here. So I will select number and not percentage. number and not percentage for all of them. Now this is my boundary, or these are my boundaries, and I am saying use upward green arrow when the value is, I just want to say, greater than 5. Upward green arrow when the value is greater than 5. Use the flat yellow arrow when the value is not less than, greater than, less than or equal to 5, and greater than or equal to 0. So greater than 5, upward green, from 5 to 0, flat yellow, and then I use down arrow red when the value is less than 0. So I say okay, and it gives me this 2 flat arrows, meaning for the first quarter in the first trend, Europe and South America just had flat arrows, others up arrows. Let's apply the same thing for second trend, and then we'll do something different for the third trend. So icon set, more rules, and then we change this. Remember, we want our arrows, so we select our arrows here, change this to number. Don't forget we aren't using percentages. If you're actually using percentage figures, why not? You can use that. And then I want this to be greater than 5, equal to, greater than or equal to 0, and less than or equal to 5. Same thing I did in the first trend, and it gives me, now there is a difference. Rather, we can see from here that South America maintained almost the same trend, flat trend, first and second quarter. Let's see what happened in third quarter. Now I want to do something differently here. If you see here, we have the arrows and the numbers, the values showing. I don't want that. I only want the arrows, the icons to show. So conditional formatting, icon set, more rules, and then I check this box, show icon only. I check the box, and then I select my arrow. I want you, I then change this to number, don't forget that, and then greater than, the same rules, with the same rule we applied in the previous ones, 5, and then greater than or equal to 0, and then okay. What's the difference? Look at it. That's the difference. That's just the difference. Okay, so the numbers are not there. However, it's showing us something very significant. It's saying Europe and every other region except South America went down, like red, 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 red. It's only South America that had an upward trend. So let's do the same thing for this. Select all of this, conditional formatting, where were we? Icon set, more rules. I will select this again and look for my arrows. A lot of things to define, but it's actually good because it's giving you much control over your parameters. So I make this 5. Unlike if I just selected the templates from the drop down, conditional formatting drop down, I wouldn't really have much control over what I'm doing. Okay, I've defined everything. I now click my OK, and the same thing. So let's now analyze it generally and see what it's giving to us. Generally, let's pick this. Let's just say Europe. So what do we have in Europe? Flat, up, down, down at a glance. What do we have for South America? Let's just select everything. South America, flat, flat, up, up. What do we have for the Far East? Up, up, down, up, which is beautiful. Actually, the same thing for the 3 of them. Up, up, down, up. I don't know what happened to them. Are they applying the same trade strategies or whatever? That's by the way. So we have the same thing. So that's actually what these icons do for you. Now there are several icons you may want to use depending on how creative you want to become or what effects you want to carry out or what you want to have. You may want to decide. Let's just take a look. Let's take a look. I'm not applying anything. I didn't select any cell. So these are all the different types. You may want to go bad, bad, good, exclamation, good, exclamation, warning, bad. You may want to use different quadrants, full, 3/4, half, 1/4, and then 0. You may want to use bar charts and all that. You may want to use the same, this and the same thing. You may want to use stars. So depending on what you want, these are for ratings, these are for indicators, for shapes, and then for directional. So we use the directionals for trends, upward, direct, flat, and then if you actually just want to use shapes, if you want to indicate something, red flag, blah blah, use this, And if you want to rate, okay, you want to give things that have a rating of 5, rating of 3, rating of this, you can use any of this. Okay, so I hope you learned something new from this video. If you did, share with others. If you didn't, I wonder why. I want to believe you learned something. Okay, if you have any question, please don't forget to chat me up and let me know what the question is. We're going to find time and discuss together. All right, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. This is the last video in conditional formatting. The next set of videos will be on data visualization using Excel. So see you in those videos. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.